Hey everybody, JP here. I just wanted to make a quick video kind of giving a draft rundown since those are starting on Monday and we now have our draft pick order selected and posted on the site. So just kind of a rundown of how it's going to work, some tips, and things to keep an eye out for. I know the rules are posted, but sometimes it's nice just to have them kind of explained out in a video in person instead. So I'll dive right in here. Our drafts are going to start Monday and will go on at the same time. So they're on our message board, right down on our league site here. And there is a section for the team control player draft right here. And another section for the minor league player draft right below it there. So these are where you're going to make your picks. So I'll go into one because there's a couple of handy tools to look at here. There's an available player list, which I'll go into more depth in a little bit here. There is the draft order, which was just posted. So this has our draft order for each draft and a by round breakdown to see which direction it goes in that round here. And the last thing posted is a great suggestion that someone had is to put a taken players thread. So as players are taken, I'll be adding them to this list here. I'll try to do that alphabetically. And I also have posted, what time it's updated through. I'm not going to be able to immediately post them on here after every pick. So just a reminder, please also check the current round that we're drafting in to see if a player was taken before you in that round. And this list, which you can use a control find to see their name, but they should also be alphabetical. So I'll just show you kind of how the draft works here. We'll go over to our other thread where I made a kind of a mock thread. So I'm going to post round one on Monday, and to make your pick when it's your turn, all you have to do is go into there, and it says please reply to this thread with the player you are picking. So there is this reply button here. So all you need to do is reply. Put your player. It's always nice to put your team name, even though it will show up on your pick. It's kind of stamped on there when you post. And that is all you need to do is create post. And you'll see it goes all the way to the bottom of the thread. So they will go right in order. I made a couple of dummy picks last night just to show you how it's going to look. And there is a timestamp here. So you can tell how long ago the previous pick was made before you. So it's timestamp 19 hours, and you'll see the pick we just made was a few seconds ago. So with that draft clock of 12 hours, if it's getting close, you can always see how long it has been since they picked. Okay, so I'll just do a quick rundown of who's eligible and the rules here. And our rules are posted on the site as well. There's the initial roster setting rules. So those are going to be both of our drafts and our auction that's coming up later in the season here. But let's start with our two drafts that will be starting here. So the first thing is the team control player draft and the player pool. And I just want to go over this and make sure everyone's clear on who you're able to take. So it's really any major league level player that's under a team control contract, and that's defined as the team control or arbitration eligible. So I have posted them on the site here, but you may also want to use that Excel tracker that I have listed, given everybody. And that does have everybody's contracts, including veterans, on here. And this is your first go-to. If they are on this list, that is going to be their contract. So you're going to want to filter out any minors or vets on here. So you're left with the team controls. There are no ones for the first season because last season was their first year. So you got team control 2, team control 3, arbitration 1, arbitration 2, and arbitration 3. So if you filter out the vets and minor leaguers, that's all you're left in column D here, where it says the 2019 contract status. Something else to consider is their 2019 salary. So this is this year's salary, and that is going to be what their salary is. So let's look at Aaron Hicks here, who is $2,825,000 salary for 2019. He's arbitration 3, but that is going to be his salary. He's not going to have to go through arbitration again. Someone like Aaron Alther here has arbitration 2 in 2020 and arbitration 3 in 2021. So we don't know what his salary is going to be yet. He's going to have to go through the arbitration process, but we do know what it is for 2019, and that he is signed through 2021, and 2022 he'll be an unrestricted free agent is what UFA stands for. Something else that's very useful is there is a tab for all the teams, including your team. And the player's information feeds off this master player list. I've already built in the formulas for you. So all you need to do is drop down the player name on your roster here. So the only category you really need to change is player. And you'll see that it pulls in their 2019 contract status and their contract information for the next 6 seasons for you. So that's useful to just help you kind of use the tool and put your rosters in without having to type a bunch of things. So let's go back here to our team control player draft rules. I did want to point out one other thing. This list is not all inclusive. So what I did was took every player that was on a roster, a 40-man roster at the end of 2018, and put their contract in. It's a deep league, so there may be some players that are not listed, and we need to have a way to give them a contract if you want to take them. So basically, you're going to have to calculate where they would be in the progression from, team control 1 all the way through arbitration 3, or veteran even. And to do that, you're going to take a look at their inning limit. You have to make sure they're not a minor leaguer. So they do have over 130 major league at-bats or 50 major league inning pitched. And you will count the first year that they went over that limit as year 1. And basically the other criteria to have them be team controlled is they have to have 6 or less years of major league experience. Once they hit year 7, they're going to be a veteran free agent, so they're no longer eligible to be taken in this draft. So those 2 criteria have to be over the minors limit and 1 to 6 years of experience. And we'll pick up their contract wherever they fall in that progression for you there. Whether it's arbitration 1, arbitration 2, team control 2, and you'll follow their contract right through. And that 2019 salary will be the league minimum of $550,000. All right, so the contracts, again, team control players we know are going to be at $550,000 for the team control 1, team control 2, and team control 3. Arbitration contracts, they're going to be their real life salary in 2018. I took that off of a salary posted website here for consistency. And we're going to go by what our list is. It's already posted. If a player is not on that list, again, they will have that league minimum of $550,000 for the 2019 season. Our draft order, again, is the snake draft with that 3rd round reversed. So again, first round's first pick through 24. Second round, snakes back 24-1. And then here's the 3rd round reversal, where it is going to repeat the 24-1 before being a snake draft the rest of the way. In the team control player draft, there are 12 rounds that are mandatory, so you should have 12 players by the end of the draft here. And the rest of your roster is going to be filled in with the free agent auction. So you can definitely take more than 12 rounds if you'd like. We're going to keep following the draft order all the way till everybody passes and doesn't want to make another selection. The draft clock is 12 hours to make your pick. Although ideally, I don't really hope anyone ever takes the full 12 hours. Please make sure that you're checking the site pretty regularly once we get started. We don't want to hold up the other 23 people who are waiting to make their picks while you're sitting there not making yours. So be respectful and try to check in. If you know you're going to be gone, when your pick is due up, please do try to get a pre-draft list so we can just go ahead and make your pick and it doesn't hold up the whole draft. I do have a day job during the week, Monday through Friday, so it's a little harder for me to do it during the week, but we'll do our best to get those if you need a pre-draft list as well. I do also have to mention missed or illegal picks. It is defined in the rules, although I hope we don't have to run into this scenario. So if you do go your whole 12 hours without making your pick, the draft is going to move on without you for the rest of the round, and the next player can make their pick. It's up to you to remake your pick at your earliest convenience. You can just go into the round thread and post it. Everything is time-stamped again, so you'll lock your spot in there, before the next player picks. Same thing with an illegal pick. Say that we're doing the team control draft and you pick a veteran player, which is not allowed. The draft is going to move on without you again, and it is up to you to correct your pick with an eligible player at your earliest convenience. The minor league draft is very similar in rules. The player pool is a little more straightforward here. So anyone that has less than 130 at-bats or 50 innings pitched. So I will note that right on the head of 130 or 50 will go to a major league eligible player. So it's really 129 at-bats or 49.2 innings pitched will be a minor leaguer. Contract is the league minimum of $550,000, and they'll have that as long as they are in your minors. The draft order is the reverse order of our team control draft that we just picked, and again is going to snake with that third round reversal. So just be aware of that third round is the tricky thing to remember. It's going to be a 15-round draft that is mandatory, which is our league minimum of minor leaguers that you must have on your roster at all time. You can start passing in round 16, but I highly suggest you do not. I really suggest that you have a few more players to allow you for trading, promoting players to the major leagues, and give yourself a little cushion for strategy. I really suggest at least 18 to 20, but you can't go all the way up to 30 players is our maximum. They will all just carry that contract of $550,000. So if that's the way you want to budget, feel free to. Again, the draft clock is exactly the same, 12 hours to pick. And we'll stop between midnight and 7 a.m., just like the team control draft. Don't expect you to pick in the middle of the night. And again, the Mr. Illegal picks, the same thing. The draft will move on without you. Please make it up at your earliest convenience. So if you have any other questions, again, feel free to reach out to me and let me know. I'd rather you ask than just wonder. Thanks again, everyone, and good luck in the league.